Have you ever wondered what lines the United States refuses to let anyone cross in Asia? What are the non-negotiables when it comes to Taiwan, trade, and trust? In a region as dynamic and complex as Asia, these red lines are more than just political boundaries. They're signals to the world about how far America is willing to go to protect its interests. And today, we're diving deep into the strategy behind the stance. Let's start with Taiwan, arguably the hottest flashpoint in U.S.-China relations. For Washington, Taiwan isn't just a democratic ally, it's a litmus test for credibility. Since the 1979 Taiwan Relations Act, the U.S. has maintained a policy of strategic ambiguity, meaning it doesn't explicitly say whether it would defend Taiwan against a Chinese invasion. But here's the twist. American arms sales, high-level visits, and increasingly vocal support suggest the line is becoming less ambiguous. The message to Beijing? A military move on Taiwan could trigger a serious U.S. response. It's not just about defending an island. It's about upholding a principle that borders can't be redrawn by force in the 21st century. But America's red lines aren't all about military might. Let's talk trade. Asia is home to the world's fastest-growing economies, and Washington knows it can't afford to sit out. After stepping away from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, the U.S. lost some economic influence in the region. But now, it's trying to draw a new line, this time through the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. While not a traditional trade deal, it signals America's intention to remain economically engaged, especially in setting standards on digital trade, clean energy, and supply chains. It's a bet that trust and long-term influence come from consistent economic partnerships, not just tariffs and trade wars. And speaking of trust, perhaps the most fragile yet vital element in America's Asia strategy. Trust isn't built overnight. It comes from showing up, militarily, economically, and diplomatically. That's why the U.S. holds joint military exercises with allies like Japan and South Korea, why it sends aircraft carriers through the South China Sea, and why it continues to reaffirm its commitments to ASEAN nations. Trust is also about tech, securing 5G networks, protecting critical infrastructure, and ensuring that allies don't become dependent on Chinese tech that might compromise their sovereignty. In all these areas, the red line is clear. America will not stand idly by if trust with its allies is undermined. So what do all these red lines tell us? That the U.S. sees Asia not just as a stage for great power rivalry, but as a region where rules, relationships, and reputations are constantly being tested. Taiwan is the line between stability and conflict. Trade is the line between influence and isolation. And trust is the line between partnership and vulnerability. If you've made it this far, thank you. This conversation about power and principle in Asia is just getting started. If you found this video thought-provoking, why not subscribe for more content like this? I promise we'll keep digging deeper, challenging assumptions, and breaking down the headlines that shape our world. See you in the next one.